Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and this is an exciting day for me because we're going to see what these hardwood floors look like after my guys refinish them on their own. So we usually use a couple of different hardwood companies. One is very affordable, very fast, but they don't always do a great job. And the other guys are very expensive, are always booked way out, but do a really good job. So we'll see how these look. This is how the house looked like when I first bought it. So we paid $216,000 for this house. It should be worth around $380,000, which is great margins, but it needed a lot of work. And we have done a lot of that work so far, but still need a lot more to do. You can see the floors weren't horrible, but they weren't amazing either. So in some of the rooms, they're actually not bad, but they're different colors. We also had a lot of wood paneling and different things to deal with in this house, a lot of old windows. There was just a lot going on. So, and those windows, there's so many of them and they're so big. And that's one of the things that has really gotten more expensive since COVID is windows. And the time to get them in has tripled or quadrupled as well. So the house looks way better now. And it's starting to feel like a decent house and livable house now. I mean, it wasn't the worst when we looked at it. There was people living in it. But it's going to be way, way better when we are done with it. The bathroom, it was pretty bad. So we try and save bathrooms. We try and save money where we can. But this one, the layout was bad. You could tell there was mold and issues going on. The tub was bad. There was a lot going on. So we ended up just gutting this bathroom. You can see that in the after video. And it's a good thing we did that too. And then the blood red pink room. You know, I talk a lot about murder rooms on my channel, although I haven't talked about them much lately. I need to talk about them more often. Just a room where someone probably got murdered, and usually they're in the basement, and this house had a couple of those as well. But this blood red upstairs bedroom kind of could be a murder room as well. But don't worry, it looks way, way better now. And we did not save the sweet murals. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's... Yeah, I think that's a mural. Or no, maybe sticky pad. Oh, it's stuck on there. Never mind. Not that exciting. And we didn't paint over them either. All right. So, we also try and save kitchens if we can. And this is another one where the fridge was actually decent, but the rest of it was so bad. There was no dishwasher. They had painted everything this green. Sometimes built-in benches are cool. Not this one. This one's just destroyed and messed up. So this house had a lot of things that really needed to be done. And so we ended up gutting the kitchen too, which again, I don't like doing, but in some instances, it needs to be done. And one of the worst parts of this house was the basement, which, like I said, was kind of a true murder room, how it was set up. And it was super old and stinky from probably years of smoking down there. I knew this basement would be a challenge, but I think it's going to look really, really good when we're done with it too. You can see, again, this is before. This is not after we've been doing work on it. Had kind of a kitchen down there. We might put kind of a kitchen back. You could use this as a multi-unit property. You could have an up-down duplex. I don't think we're going to go to that lengths to separate everything, but it could be an option for somebody who wants to buy it. There really isn't a huge price difference between up-down duplexes right now and, say, a single-family home with a basement. Just because interest rates are so high and multifamilies kind of decreased in value a little bit. But if interest rates go back down, there's a chance that, an up-down duplex could be more valuable at some point in the future. And someone told me that's an interesting Russian camera of some sort. I still have that somewhere. So once in a while, we find interesting and cool stuff in houses. Not always. Once in a while. So here's the back area, the bedroom. The bathroom here was really, really bad too. There was no saving it. And now, the fun part, we can see what it looks like once the hardwood floors have been refinished. I had a pretty good idea they'd look pretty good because when they're sanding them, they seem to be doing a very thorough job. And at first I'm like, oh my God, somebody walked on them and destroyed them. But no, that's just dirt. So somebody did walk on them, but they had dirty shoes. But they look really good. So I was very excited to see that. Like I said, some of the one company we use, there's always stains and they just don't look that great. And these look way better than those. So, I mean, they're not perfect. I could see a little dent in the floor there too. But they're old floors. They're supposed to have character. They had to do a little patch right there too as well, which is where the closet is, so not a big deal. But that doesn't look that bad. And so I was pretty happy with how those floors looked, especially because the last hardwood we had done really didn't look that good. It wasn't shiny at all. It was very dull. It was very, I don't know what they forgot to put a sealer on it or what happened, but I'm pretty happy with how this looks. And yes, you can also see the new windows. No more wood paneling. Here's our beautiful new kitchen. We're just going with the no counter, no appliance, no cabinet concept. It's a new style. It's really cool. No more bench back there. And then it had hardwood here, and they chose not to refinish it, which I don't blame them, because I think we said we just put some kind of either carpet or vinyl down or something like that right there. So, and you can see they didn't. You caught me. They're not really doing a no cabinet concept because they didn't do the hardwood refinish under those cabinets. So we just don't have that kitchen yet. But new lights, of course, and keeping the fridge. Right? It's very rare we get to keep an appliance from the flips we buy, but that was a decent one. And I had to turn my light on, so my camera doesn't work in wide angle with my light, with my light on. That's what it is. So that's why you see me zooming in and out once in a while. But yeah, so much better in the basement now. So much better. Still needs trim, doors obviously. You know, the houses look kind of bland, which is one color, everything. Especially without trim and doors, but once those are in, it'll look so much better. And then yes, down here, it's no longer a murder room, it's more of a happy room. In the bathroom, showers in, of course we'll get the vanity, toilet in. So tons of progress, so glad to see the hardwood floors look good. And of course we'll have more updates on this house as we go along, as it gets closer to being done. The kitchen, baths obviously need finished out, trim, doors, so there's still quite a bit of work to do, but this should be a fun one to see once it's all the way complete. All right, thanks for watching. Love to hear what you think, and we'll be back with many more videos coming up soon.